Now, Slime Life Shouty is a rapper. Same with YSL Duke. And you could see that they had a tight affiliation with YSL, obviously, right? But what you didn't see coming was them taking a plea deal as well. And I got my theory on this, man. And let's bring it up. Yeah, forget it. Let's bring this up. I want you guys to see it. And hopefully you guys can see that. Boom. So there's this guy right here, Joe Cascarelli. He's got a whole thread where he talked about these recent these two recent guys who have taken plea deals. And he goes, and I want to show you guys this. So this is YSL Duke's plea deal, and he put it out there. And the way that it's structured and the way that it looks is similar to the plea deal that we saw with Gunna. The same paperwork and everything, and he's a New York Times reporter, so he has no reason to lie about this, right? So I can pretty much guarantee that this is factual paperwork, right? But look at this. What I want you guys to see, and for those of you who don't know, YSL Duke is mentioned in the YSL RICO indictment several times. When I say several, I'm talking about him and maybe a couple other people have been mentioned less. You know what I'm saying? So YSL Duke took this plea deal right here. And if you look at the charges, look at all the charges that he was facing in this RICO indictment. Charge 1, conspiracy to violate the RICO Act. Charge 2, unlawful for person, employ, assist with criminal street gang activity, right? Violation of the Georgia Controlled Substance Act. Violation of the Georgia Controlled Substance Act by itself. Violation of Controlled Substance Act another time. Possession of a firearm or knife during commission or attempt to commit certain felonies. So basically, an attempt charge for that one. All those charges. And if you look at his sentence over here on the right-hand side, and hopefully you guys can see that clearly, it says 12 years, 2 years commute to time served. Balance 10 years probate. So he's got 10 years on probation and a 12-year sentence, a possible 12-year sentence was commuted to 2 years to time served. So basically, he gets to go home after signing this plea deal. These cats have been sitting in jail for 7 months, and he was looking at a possible 12. There is no way these cats don't take this deal, bruh. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Keep it real all you want, man. I get it, man. I get it. When you're all together, you're all gang and all that stuff, but you throwing somebody in jail for almost a year already. Tell them they looking at 12 years twice, maybe even more than that. And all they have to do is admit that this organization is a gang or that it's a criminal organization, even though it hurts Young Thug's case, and they could be home tomorrow, no more anything involved. They just on probation for 10 years. They taking that, buddy. They taking that, man. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully this is a learning lesson to everybody in the rap game. You know what I mean? That's for real. Now, it also says that 12 years...
Message.
There you go.
Never forget, man.
Message. Now, it also says this. It says 12 years, 2 years committed sentence. So he had two separate cases or two separate charges where he could have got a 12-year sentence. So, and both of them got commuted to time served. Bruh, I don't care what it is, man. Cats is taking that, bruh. They taking that, man. They taking that.
Bruh.
For real, man. You know what I mean? And I know a lot of people are going at YSL Duke and wondering if he'll have to essentially bite the cheese or, you know, take that Italian beef and Pepsi. Well, let's look at what the special conditions are for YSL Duke. You know what I mean? Or LIl Duke, whatever you want to say. It says the defendant, these are special conditions of the probate. The defendant is advised that violation of any special conditions of probate may subject the defendant to the revocation of probation, and the court may require the defendant to serve up to the balance of the sentence in confinement. Meaning that all the time that he's on probation, those 10 years, he got 2 years commuted time served, and now he's out on the street, right? If he breaks any of these rules in the red, he could go to jail for that 10 years, that remaining balance. So let's see what it is. It says, you will testify truthfully to all matters which you are questioned, but reserve the right to assert your Fifth Amendment privilege against self-incrimination. You will possess no guns during the term of your sentence or any time thereafter unless your rights to do so are restored. You will commit no criminal acts. You can't have any contact with any of the co-defendants on this indictment. That means Young Thug. That means Gunna. That means he can't even talk to Slime Life Shorty. He can't talk to anybody in this case. So that separates them for going forward. This puts Young Thug off in an island by himself. He can't even reach out to Young Thug and be like, hey man, this is why I did, you know what I mean? Crazy, man. You see the strategy in all this. And now this is not a win. This is a lose-lose situation once these RICOs come down. Now he says, you will be subject to a curfew while on probation is here in Georgia from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. unless you are working in school or a medical emergency arises. I will authorize you travel, but you will need to follow the appropriate procedure as set forth by probation officer who will explain that to you. You will have to apply for travel permit. You will have to put some information down. So he's going to be assigned a probation officer, and they're going to make sure that he sticks to each and every one of these items unless he wants to go back to jail.
Bruh.
And this time, prison to be real, state pen.
Bruh.
Yeah, man. So you guys see where this is going, man. They're putting these guys off on the island by themselves after they enter these plea agreements that they pretty much got to take. Like I said, man, look at this. He was looking at 2 separate counts of up to 12 years. Those both got committed to 2 years time served, and he's out the next day. He's taking that, bruh. Like, let's be real. Let's be real, man. Let's keep it real, man. I know they say what they say in the rap music and all that, but man, in real life, I just don't see it. I just don't see somebody not taking that. You know what I mean? Now, hopefully you enjoyed that story, but do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and make sure you hit that notification bell so that way you get a notification every time I do one of these updates, and we out of here. Peace.